Hey there. Thanks very much for joining us today. We're excited to talk to you about our entire product family of HDMI extender kits. All of these products support 4K, 18 gigabits per second, 444 chroma subsampling, HDR, the whole way through. They're all sold as a kit, which means that your transmitter and your receiver are in the box. You just need to purchase them as one SKU. And that's going to make things very easy for you. We see here from left to right a nice distance performance increase as we move across the product selection. These are the products we're going to talk to you about in more detail for pretty much each of those products. And the entire product family it all comes with our full buffer technology. So this is a patented suite of features, if you will, that KeyDigital delivers you that includes our EDID handshaking management, HDCP authentication to the source and display, TMDS reclocking, that's your AV signal, brand new AV signal, no matter even if you came in with a long HDMI cable, for example, or through many layers of connectivity. So that TMDS reclocking is crucial to reliable installations, and HPD control. That one you may not be familiar with. Now, these are a suite of features, once again, that make things very reliable for you. I'm going to go into more details in those in just a second here. But of course, these also include, for example, you see the Phoenix connectors to connect your IR RS-232 from time to time. Well, we include those Phoenix connectors. We include one IR emitter, and we include one IR sensor in these kits as well. So it truly is a kit making your purchasing decisions very, very easy. And your installation is also going to be easy thanks to our HDMI fixing tools that we have built in to these products, including EDID handshake management. EDID, now if this is a new concept to you, EDID handshaking, well, I invite you to visit KeyDigital University's Digital Video Fundamentals course. On the digital video fundamentals, we have a whole 1 hour, I think, maybe an hour and a half long video on the fundamentals of HDMI. What is the EDID handshaking, HDCP, etc. And then we get into the HDBaseT extension technology, and we also then get into the prep work for AV over IP. Well, anyhow, back to this feature. EDID control is hugely important in professional AV installation. And as you see, we give you a turn dial, the EDID control rotary, as we call it, that gives you 16 different options for your handshaking. And if you look through the table there, for the most part, we have like a video resolution, let's say, for example, 1920 by 1080p, and then it comes along with 3 different audio formats. So 1080p with 2-channel, 1080p with Dolby DTS 5.1, and 1080p with HD audio, like 7.1, for example. We also give you the ability to, on some products, copy from the HDMI output your display that's connected. Some products have an HDMI pass-through, so you could even choose to copy from the HDMI pass-through if you have a monitor connected. And we see in the position 0 on this specific product that we can also make an auto EDID. So some of these products have various capabilities, and if the handshake exceeds the capability of the product, well, we make sure to make those parameters of the EDID handshake within the capability of the product. So refer to the manual for the unit that you're installing with in order to see the different handshaking options. This is just absolutely huge though. And you know, if you ever had an issue where you had video but no audio, most likely that's just a handshaking turn of the dial, up and running. Another layer of HDMI that is extremely crucial is hot plug detection. And you may have heard of the EDID control and seen that in a number of other products out there, but the HPD, that's very, very specific to KeyDigital, and it's a huge benefit. So HPD, hot plug detection, it is voltage that informs a connected device of an active partner. So let's just say, for example, if you at your home have your cable box turn on all the time, but your television is not on all of the time, the cable box knows the television is not on because the television's not giving voltage to the cable box. Now the television turns on, it's going to send HPD, hot plug detection voltage, backward to the source. The source says, hey, now I have a live partner, and it then closes the cycle, the circle, if you will, and provides voltage to the display saying you too have a live partner. They then move on to the next steps, such as the EDID handshake and the HDCP authentication before ultimately video is output. Well, so now you understand what is hot plug detection, but why do you need it? Well, has this ever happened to you? You get the check connection message on your screen, right? But you look, you've got your extender behind the display and all the lights are on, but nobody's home, as they say, right? Well, here, if you ever have this problem with these extenders, you got the slide switch on the receiver, you force the voltage to the display, and now the display says, hey, lo and behold, something is here. And of course, the video audio signal is already there for the display to begin receiving and synchronize and sync with that signal. So it's really just another HDMI fixing tool built into our products that, look, digital video is very problematic when you install it in the Pro AV installations. There's a lot more connectivity than some of the manufacturers of sources and displays might have been intended. And so these are tools to make sure that that installation still goes 100% successfully for you regardless. So let's go ahead and take a look at the HDMI extender kits, extending over cat wire. Starting with our KD-X444SP. As I mentioned before, all these products are capable of supporting up to 18 gigabit per second HDMI bandwidth, okay? And there's a number of parameters that determine the bandwidth of your HDMI signal. It could be the resolution, like we show here. It could be the frame rate, like we show here. It could be the chroma subsampling, that's that 444 as you see, and the color depth, and you need greater than 8-bit to get the HDR, for example, HDR10, right, as it implies. So all those parameters, if they're totally maxed out, you might end up at 18 gig, and so these products handle that for you. The 444SP does 4K and 1080p at the same distance. That's 50 meters, 164 feet. Supports HDR, HDCP 2.2, so it can provide that HDCP authentication to the source. And it does, on the CAT output, it does 5.1 or 6.1 Dolby DTS surround audio formats maximum. So it's not capable of sending 7.1 in HD audio formats over the CAT, but we have some other extender kits for that. You can plug in power on either side with the flexible power over CAT. And as you see another toggle switch there, you could use it for either IR or RS-232 extension, but not both. It can't do IR and RS-232. Similarly, the X444LP gives us added distance from the X444SP. So this, you could go 70 meters, 230 feet on your Cat6 wire. You got all the same resolution performance as the SP, but this gives you a pass-through. See, so we knew this, these extenders are using technology where 5.1, 6.1 is max. And so how do we get the audio? If you need HD audio, well, you just throw a pass through there, and it's great for a local monitor or plugging in the HDMI to a surround receiver for that HD audio format on the pass through. So added distance, HDMI pass through, HD audio formats on that pass through support with the X444LP. So as you may have already concluded, X444S is the standard range and L is the long range. And then the P on both of these comes for plus. And we're going to show you compared to one of the other products beforehand, X444S. But before we get into that, let's just look at what this connectivity gets you, right? So, here's a pretty common application that requires an HDMI extender kit. They have a video source. They locate it in a closet or a cupboard, out of sight, out of mind, so that that display could just hang right on the wall, very clean, no wires, no mess, right? So how do you get the control of your cable box? Well, you connect your IR sensor, of course. Now, as you can see, IR or RS-232 is supported for both of these products that we've already shown you. So alternatively, if you had a professional display and you wanted to turn on or off via RS-232, you can have your control system plug in either on the transmitter or the receiver extender unit, doesn't matter which one. And you could send RS-232. And then the surround receiver application, as I just described, of course, because we are showing the LP model, which has the pass-through. So here is the original, the KD-X444S, and this is an extender that uses HDBaseT extension technology. Now, many of you know and love HDBaseT technology. We love it too. And so we have it in this product here. Now, with this HDBaseT chip, you get 40 meters, aka 130 feet, or 1080p can go 70 meters. So the other products that were not HDBaseT, they give you the same distance at 4K and 1080p. With HDBaseT, you can get a longer distance at 1080p. This also is flexible power over CAT, and you have HD audio over CAT as well. So if you do need to get your 7.1 HD audio extended all the way along with the video portion of the signal, maybe your surround receiver is located in the zone, this is the product for you. And because it is HDBaseT, you also have IR and RS-232, and they're simultaneous and bidirectional. So you really have a lot of control options there. If needed, this would be a really clutch part for you. So that brings us now, of course, to the smart extender kit, the KD-X444S. Now, we're not going to go into a lot of details with this because you may have already watched it. There is an entire video for you to view on the smart extender KD-X444S. It's nice and short, same length as this video, in fact, but of course it is also using HDBaseT extension technology, and it is just packed to the gills with connectivity, which means packed to the gills with features and benefits for you. There's a 2x1 switch in the transmitter, so you can choose source A or source B. You can control it via IP, making it app ready, or it could be done by auto switching or a button on the unit as well. There is CEC TV control, so you could turn on the display, mute the display, for example, or even we can do a AV muting as well. You can, once again, power either end of this, and this gives you that full distance 100 meter at 4K. And at 1080p, this has a special mode that could be enabled called long range mode, which gets you that distance you need. And one thing I will show you a diagram on, because it is a unique feature, is that it supports ARC. So you can return audio from the X100MRX to connect it into your surround receiver, your audio system. In fact, it's not just an ARC supported receiver you could send that to. You've got USB, host or device specific on each side, so you could do keyboard and mouse. Of course, HDR, HDCP 2.2. So here's an example of the audio return, right? So you've got a television, you're streaming your Netflix in the television. How do you get that audio back to the AV receiver? That's where ARC comes into play. So the audio comes backward, flowing backward, returning through the X100 to the PS22 UTX. Now you see the pink wire. So we actually do have a, you break out the audio. Let's see if I could get this highlighted for you. Or you know what, better yet. Yeah, okay, so this one. All right, okay, so the magenta pink color arrow there, we break out the audio for you on the audio de-embed ports. We have analog and digital audio de-embed, and that really just makes the integration so easy, because a lot of folks like ARC, they like it conceptually, but getting it to work is sometimes difficult. It's not just, hey, I support ARC, it's actually CEC enables this and that kind of thing. And so if you could just break that out on analog or digital, so it can feed a surround receiver or even a 2-channel amplifier, a power amp, hey, then all the better, right? Now, if you want to rack mount these extenders, we have a solution for you, the shelf mounting solution. In fact, KD-SMS16, it fits a variety of KeyDigital products. You just want to make sure that you put a maximum of 12 units in there across, because that'll help prevent any kind of overheating. And of course, overheating means increased longevity for the products. So that's it for me from the KD lab here, with the rack of wiring behind us, which, you know, we've just really covered it all when it comes to testing these products on various cables lengths, various cable quality, et cetera, et cetera. And if you'd like to find out more about these products, including how to buy them, please send us a message, sales@keydigital.com. Thank you.